Hello everyone!
Hey!
Welcome to One Girl, One Gay.
The show that just might teach you something.
Today's episode is very special to us because we're going over one of our favorite things to do in life, which is teaching art.
Teaching art! Teaching art! Teaching art!
Yay! It's something that really makes us happy because we're always around other people. So if ever we're feeling blue, we fall back on the beautiful self-confidence that we get from teaching art.
And also, of course, it's a good way to make some money, especially if you are a practicing artist and you need to supplement your income somehow or make the majority of your income. Teaching is just, well, it's one of the best things you can do.
Yeah. So how long have you been teaching, Jennifer?
Well, actually, I've been teaching for about 20 years, which is incredible. But I started my first session when I was in my late teens, and that was actually the most independent class I ever did because I created that class, found a gallery to run it at, and just did it completely. I just self-propelled that one into being.
Yeah.
From there forward, I've done a lot more kind of traditional teaching through institutions, or even I did some private tutoring. But it was
what kind of subject matter?
Mostly painting for me. I have taught some printmaking as well, but my biggest area I've taught is either drawing and sketching or painting.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Well, I started at Marple Oak Ridge Community Center. I was a fitness instructor there, and I talked to the programmer who got me into children's classes. I started teaching cartooning. I've always loved cartoons and comic books. I have a huge collection of Marvel comics. And then it moved on to adults at the Roundhouse. Much later on, my sketching and drawing class with Diana Vanderveen, my amazing programmer. And just teaching a few other classes like watercolor out and about.
Right. Also, something I forgot to mention, I also teach children's art summer camp, which is I just do that once a year. But oh my goodness, what a time.
What do you like about it?
Well, first of all, it's good money because it's a full day camp, a full week. So as far as, you get an hourly wage as a teacher, but you're teaching a lot of hours. So it's great money. The kids are easy as far as they're not poking holes in your lessons. But I mean, it is a lot. Like, I usually have a headache every single day that I'm teaching summer camp. So I always have a headache when I go home. And I just think about my teacher friends and I go, how? And I asked a few teacher friends about it and they were like, oh, you just get used to it. But I love the children's classes as well because your projects can be a lot more, process-based and color theory, and I take them on field trips and just such a range,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. They really get engrossed in such a wild variety of things.
New things,
and
right?
you only need to spark their interest for them to then do the rest of the work, which is what, as an artist, you should do.
Yeah, exactly.
Think for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
I think we should watch the footage that we've just done. I think it's a good place to cut.
Sure. Cut. The first topic we'd like to address is the first day of class. Talking about your syllabus. What's going to happen?
Yeah, so one thing that I really think is amazing about the first class is just to make it fun. People are probably going to bring their art supplies instead of sending them an exhaustive list of expensive art supplies to get on the first class when they might not be sure if they're committed. Keep things simple. Something like Exquisite Corpse. Are you familiar, Jennifer, with this game?
I know Exquisite Corpse, and it is a very great icebreaker. All you need is a pencil and piece of paper. So
you fold the piece of paper in 4, and every time a new student, when you pass the paper around, they don't see. By some way of the folding of the paper, they don't see what the previous person drew. So it creates these wavy monsters that become flowers and all crazy things.
Sure. I mean, you can Google it if you're not familiar. So something I like to do on the first day of class is give a general syllabus because I have a lot of classes I like to teach, like little lessons. But I always ask the students, what are they interested in learning? And you know, especially for adults.
I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Everybody is different.
Everyone's different. And even if you're teaching introduction or introductory, you know, painting or drawing, well, most people have still tried painting or drawing, at least in elementary school. So everyone already has a little bit of knowledge. So if you kind of get a feel for where they're at during that first class, you can adjust your syllabus going forward, and you can also include some special classes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's giving you ideas, making your work easier because you don't have to come up with them yourself as the teacher, and then you get to be a crowd pleaser if some of them really resonate with you.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I like to pick up art books from the library.
Improv.
Oh, we should do some improv.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so who's the teacher?
I'm the teacher.
Okay, first class.
No, not first class. I'm at the library, and I'm looking for really good art books, and you're the librarian.
Okay.
Okay? Oh my god, I'm so nervous because it's gonna be my first time teaching an art class. I'm fresh out of my BA at Emily Carr. What to do?
Oh, hi there.
Hi.
I'm the community librarian here at
Well,
Main
very
Street.
nice to meet you. I'm Edmund.
Hey, Edmund. So what is it that you're looking for today?
I'm looking for really good art books with ideas to start my very first art class.
Wonderful. Well, here's a few places you could look. Of course, you can just head over to the art section of the library. That's obvious.
Yeah.
Another area that is interesting to look at is the children's art books.
You don't say.
Yeah, because they're going to have really playful ideas, and then, of course, the books are going to be a lot more illustrated.
Right,
with
so they don't even
examples.
have to be art books. They could be about any subject, and they're really artsy because that's how you draw a kid into a book.
Yeah, even looking at children's books. And then, of course, a third area is that usually the library, or our
Okay,
branch.
so let's browse over here. Let's browse. Okay.
So our branch here, we have these periodical art magazines. So these could be really interesting if you want to bring like Canadian art context into your lesson, or
yeah, art, or like some history or architecture.
Exactly.
Do you have an architecture section?
Of course we do. Cut.
One thing that I would like to bring up when it comes to teaching art is having an imposter syndrome. So everybody has it, and this is relevant to any professional field, right? Self-confidence is key, and use a little bit of self-help in your life if you're feeling down. Breathing techniques, ways to feel good in your body.
Right. So we wanted to discuss the idea of what it is that we're really teaching when we're teaching. What are we doing? Okay, so I'm teaching my acrylics class.
Sure.
And improv.
Improv. Okay.
So, hello class. Today's lesson is on negative space. So I'd like you to draw this inanimate object and only draw the negative space.
Okay.
So please begin.
Well.
Just please begin. Oh, oops. I'm drawing the object.
Object. It's not working.
Ed.
What?
Wow, you're drawing the negative space.
How come? I've never drawn before. This is my first time.
Ed just naturally understood what I meant in the lesson. So class, let's all look at Edward's example here. See how he's focused on the area around the object?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. The fact is that we're artists. We're always going to be learning new skills and then passing them on to students. It could definitely happen that you try to teach something and you sort of screw it up as you're teaching it.
Yeah.
It happens. Switching mediums, I'm an oil painter, and every time I do a new watercolor, I have to just quickly remind myself how watercolor works.
Yeah.
I just forget because it's so different than oil paint.
Right.
So we are not focused on teaching acrylics, negative space, la la la. Our focus is on teaching.
Yeah.
Teaching
empowering people to learn by themselves, to learn to observe the world around them better, to learn to pay attention, and bring a little bit of art in every single living moment, day or night.
Right. So we're just giving them tools to learn the lessons through their own process. So of course I do want to know what negative space is and how to draw it, but
Sure.
you know, you can always use one of the students' examples.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big part of imposter syndrome.
Because you don't want to be demoing the whole way through the class. People get bored. Like, it's a different format to just show an example. It can be squiggle. I can make a point with a stick figure if it's just about somebody falling off a building, depending. And then it gets more involved as well.
Yeah. You want to set up your students with tools so that they can learn how to do whatever the goal is on their own.
Yeah, and I think it's important to bring everybody to a sense that this is supposed to be a fun, safe space, a relaxing environment. It may be that they're really disappointed in their drawing or feeling sad, or it might be that they're feeling sad because of an unrelated reason, something happening in their personal life. And that affects the whole chemistry of the group. So we as instructor have to like play it off, use our wonderful sense of humor to bring people into a state where they don't take themselves too seriously, because that will make uptight art.
Sure. Okay, so moving on, very contrary to what we just relayed, is the point to teach what you know.
Yeah.
So
at the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, clearly, as a starting point of what your lessons are, you're going to want to teach what you know. Now, I don't just mean you're teaching, you know, how you know how to do certain lessons, how to do it.
No.
I literally mean that in some of my classes, I bring in my real work and use my real work to demonstrate, you know, maybe a lesson within my class. I'm actually showing them how I'm adding to my piece of art that I'm working on. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be giving the best information possible at that moment, right?
Yeah.
Because
get them into the process.
I'm not going to bring, you know, a big oil painting into my class every single week. It might be a little overwhelming for young, like more junior painters, but I will bring a painting back a couple times just to show different lessons.
Yeah. And they can see the evolution, like how much work you've put in the painting.
Yeah, in between.
You know, what do you think about AI making art?
I love it. I mean, I use that AI generator, poodle under rainbow.
Oh yeah?
Poodle in rain shower. Poodle at midnight.
Do you think it's gonna steal jobs from real artists?
No, I don't think so, because for me, I just generate them and I'm like, I'm making this.
And what about the IP that the computer chews on and that, you know, they didn't pay the royalties to? That's a topic for another. Bring your A game humor-wise. That's how you level everything out and make sure that everyone is having a great experience in your classes.
Right. Personalize your classes. Wear a costume.
Yeah, that would be so fun. I've never done that. Oh, except on Halloween.
Sure. I just like to wear, you know, costumes here and there for fun. Bring your unique artistic personality to your class, because of course these classes are serious, especially your adult classes. Some are more, you know, focused on building their own artistic career, but still, ultimately, they're taking your classes because it's enjoyable. It's a leisurely, fun place to be.
You know, don't let them by themselves draw. Like, don't be on your phone. Be there. Be present with them.
No phones.
Yeah, no phones unless it's a work-related
Unless
email.
you're controlling the music.
Yeah.
I do field trips.
Oh,
I like to teach plein air painting, so yeah, there's always some field trips. Even in a recent adult class I was teaching at the Shadbolt Center, I made time to take the class up to the Burnaby Art Gallery and see the current exhibition.
Wow, that's great.
Well, we have to.
Yeah, at the Roundhouse we really get to do that too, because there's an exhibition hall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you not use every resource available? So be creative and bring your personality, and your class is going to be amazing.
So thank you for watching. Don't forget to, you know, be self-confident, because that's key in any job you want. Even if you're working with 2 people, you want to make them enjoy life more.
Yeah, and if you are just getting into teaching art, you should totally let us know. We'd love to hear about how your classes are going, and let us know if you want to hear some more detailed discussion on teaching and different tactics to use when teaching your art classes. Bye! Back.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sorry guys. I mean, I feel like I should really apologize right now.
No, just start fresh, like
Okay.
introduce the second point.
So the imposter syndrome?
Yes.